Hola, hola, ladies and gentlemen. It is Miracle Monday. Look, it was supposed to be Music Monday, but it is Miracle Monday, and I am about to let you guys know why it is Miracle Monday. First, I was thinking, okay, I'll do Miracle Monday, and then I'll just sing songs about miracles. But the only song I can remember is loving you so. I was too blind to see you letting me go. Now that you set me free, it's gonna take a miracle. Yes, it's gonna take a miracle to make me love someone new. 'Cause I'm crazy for you. Oh, that was Denise Williams, but I think somebody else did that song before her. Um, okay, so the reason why it's a miracle is, first of all, hola, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are doing fantastic on this November 29th. No, today's the 28th. November 28th. Okay, so it is Monday, November 28th. It has been a very, 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 very intense November for me in regards to what is happening with our son Lucas and the assistance that that he was due from the regional centers, the organizations that are in place to assist people with disabilities. Oh, goodness. So, sorry, got distracted by the bunny. I'll tell you about that. so, so it's been, intense. I committed 100% to just really looking at that system and seeing what am I able to use from it to assist my adult autistic son. So they have not been able to assist in any way at all, but thanks to the Most High, Allah, Dios, Yahweh, thank you for giving us the ability to just continue to move forward. Lucas is going to be in his new apartment. He's been going from it's we've been using landing. I think I told you guys about it. And so every 30 days he has to go to a new location because these some of these places are like $3,000 a month, but we're able to get it for about 2,500 a month, and it takes care of utilities. It's fully furnished. Everything is fully furnished, and everything is all taken care of. The places are safe. They're locked in. That he's able to. It's an apartment, and he's been doing really, really good on his own. And some things have happened. This has been tremendous change. We're concerned of him having to go to whatever they had available, which may be boarding care or a shelter, but not a shelter. Boarding care, these different things that were supposed to be available, but nobody has gotten back to us. Nobody has attempted to assist us. And it's been crazy. It's been crazy because the reality of what that is really, it's sad. It's sad, but I'm not surprised. And, it made me realize a lot of things. And in that moment of looking for all these outside things, I realized that no one can take care of him but us. Nobody will. And we can't expect for anybody outside of us to do that. And there has to be a whole new system created in terms of people with neurological disorders and them being able to live independently and independent of drugs, because neurological disorders are not healed by any kind of medication. That's just the medication calms I'm not even going to say that it calms the symptoms because, when Lucas was on medication, he was still talking. He was still, talking to his imaginary friends and all of these other things that he would do. But he was It was an uncomfortable thing for him, especially when you're over medicated, which is what happens to a lot of people that are in the system that are not with, loved ones or, family. The system is going to care for them the way that they see fit, whichever way they can get. And with reason, I get it, right? Because it's like, if you can't do it and somebody else has to do it, then how dare you complain about the conditions or anything like that? And so, we had to walk this path. We had to go in and look at what was really there and what was available, and we see that no, we got to handle it ourselves. And thank goodness to Solution Ministries, Infinity Ministries, and all of our family and friends that are connected to us through these mediums that have made it possible for Lucas to be comfortable, for Lucas to be able to be on his own and continue on with his ministry. He has an Oregon healing ministry, and he is an example of his ministry, and he does it every day. And he's it's just been a wonderful realization of just life and just allowing things to be and recognizing the miracles that happen in every moment. I went from not knowing what was going to happen to the next moment everything was resolved and secured. And these are everybody's going through something right now, because through this process I've talked to many of you guys, so y'all know that we know that it's happening now, and the world is showing us what is happening. But there is so much goodness that is happening through the chaos, but you really have to be able to see it. You have to open your eyes, and not your physical eyes. Some call it the third eye, but your inner vision. You have to be able to see that and be able to be in a place. You can come in. I'm recording the story of what happened today. So I'm sharing, like the stuff that happened with Lucas, and, where he's at now, and how the system has just, it's a corrupt system, and we can't expect the system to help our people. So we don't. And we do it ourselves, and we make up our minds to do that. A way is always made. So this weekend, we were able to just really relax, and we just chilled out and appreciated not having to, to rip and run and go around and, worry about people calling us back and stuff, because nobody was calling back and nobody is calling back. So, oh wait, no, somebody did call back today. They called back this morning and they said, "Can I speak to Maria Torres? This is she." "Yes, this is so-and-so. I can't remember her name right now, but she was a referral from Claire from for the People's Advocates. And I just wanted for Lucas Torres." And I said, yes, that's me. And she was like, "Okay, I'm calling to talk about the education. You had concerns about his education and what was available for his education." And I said, "Lucas is an adult. He's 30 years old." And she was like, "Oh, and this is Maria Torres?" "Yes." And well, I'm gonna go and check to make sure that I have the proper information and that I'm talking, to the right person. And someone will be calling you back. And I was like, alrighty. So, absolutely, she wasn't concerned about what the situation was. The last person that I spoke to, I think I told you guys about Six Killer. Six Killer was telling me that she was gonna go there and put fire under them, and that if I didn't hear from them in 3 days, call her back. When I called her back, no, that wasn't the one that didn't remember who I was, but it's basically been just people saying things that they have to say so that they can get you off the phone. I don't understand why they give you false hope, but that seems to be part of the situation too. They make you feel, "Oh, I know why it is." Because if you're not giving them, if they're giving you false hope, then it's taking you longer to kind of be like, "Oh, they got me. Now let me call and complain. And when you're in a dire situation and you're looking for help, you're not thinking about retaliation and calling and making complaints and writing letters or, and here's the other thing. Organizations such as Alta Regional and, First Steps and all of these different things that are really supported, they're nonprofits supported by the government, you cannot come after them. Hello. You cannot. You cannot sue them. You cannot. They're nonprofits that are there to help, right? But they get their millions of dollars from the government, and they have these programs that abide by the government system. So this is why when you have a group home or a facility like what Lucas was in before, they give them drugs, they over-medicate them, they want to make sure that they're controllable, that they're asleep when they're supposed to be asleep. It's not rehabilitation. Lucas was in one for 6 years and there was no rehabilitation in terms of his expanding forward. I'm not going to say that there wasn't any rehabilitation in his discipline, in his, doing the things that he had to do, because it definitely helped with that. But I'm talking about rehabilitation and making a person good for the world, advancement. That was not there. And so, us having to experience this on this personal level right here made us see that, well, we have to create it. So Solution Ministries has taken care of the whole, it's taking care of his care, and we have to do it in that way because his parents are not valuable in the world. Like, it would jack up his SSI, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, and it's so crazy. So it's a good thing, and thankfully we have a ministry that has taken care of that situation. So we said, and so it is. And so we relax in that. So let me tell you what happened today. So today, I'm talking to my niece on the phone, and we're talking, having a good time. She was having a great day. I was having a great day. And I come down to the shed and I see this little white thing just run across, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? And I said, Aziri, did you see a rabbit? And she said, there's not a rabbit. And so I said, no, there's a rabbit. And I kept going further, and I see this white little rabbit with little red eyes. And I mean, the cutest little thing. And I tell her, okay, I got to get off the phone because I got to catch this rabbit. Like, what is this rabbit doing here? How did it come? How did it get here? What the heck, a rabbit? So I got off the phone with her, and, I took a picture of it, did a little video. I think some of y'all got my video because I might have been in talks with some of y'all too. But I had to tell this story in recording because I just got to tell you. So I see the rabbit, and I mean, you see this pure white little baby rabbit. And it's like it's not a baby rabbit, but it's a small rabbit. And I'll put a picture up so you guys could see it, and I'll put the video up so you guys could see it. And I was just floored, and I was like, this is just amazing. So I tried to catch him, but this little bunny was just hoppity hopping really fast. So he comes all the way to the other side of the house and goes underneath the shed, underneath the lair. So he goes underneath, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to get this bunny, but I can't because he's underneath the shed. And so I I went and got a carrot, and so I started, breaking off little pieces of carrots to try to make him come, but he wasn't coming. He was just under there, and I could understand he was afraid. And so he was there for a long while, and I was there for a long while because I was trying to talk to him, let him know, look, I'm not going to hurt you. A little bunny out here is white like this. It's like hawk food, right? So, so I was like, okay. So I stayed there. Then I came back inside, and I mean, it's so quiet. They don't make any noise at all. And so I was just like, I had a feeling, and I was like, let me see if it's still there. And so I look under the shed, and he was gone. So I went back to where I originally found him, going to the hydrangea bush. So I was like, I looked over there, and he was right there. So I was like, okay. And so I went to try to grab him again. He started hippity hop hop hopping really fast. And then he stops underneath the table, the patio table. And I had the carrot in my hand. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put this carrot out. And so I had the carrot out and I kept talking to him. I saw that he wasn't going away, wasn't trying to run away. So I kept talking to him. I'm like, I got this little carrot here is delicious, and so I kept holding the carrot, and then he kept coming closer. Then he started eating it, and then he got closer and closer, and then I was able to grab him. And then he was just like, when I grabbed him, he just started like, flapping his little face, scratching up. But I had a hoodie on, so I was able to roll him up in the hoodie and just kind of pet him and calm him. And I keep calling him a him, but I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. But I was petting the little rabbit. I kind of think it might be a girl. But so I was petting her only because the divine feminine is just always constantly coming. However, the last kitty that came was a boy, but he came with a girl. So we'll see. I'll figure out how you can tell if it's a boy or a girl, and I'll let you guys know. But so, I'm just captivated by this little bunny. And so I held it, and the softest little bunny, just, oh my gosh. And I was just so, then what happened is I go inside and I take it to Michaela, and she's like tripping, like, because I had called her and I told her, could you help me get this bunny? And she was like thinking she was about to take a shower, and she was like, Mama's out there trying to catch a wild rabbit, and I'm like, it was so funny because I walk in there with the little white rabbit, and it's just so cute. And she was absolutely surprised. And then my mother-in-law, she thought it was a toy, one of those toys that kind of move and are mobile. And it was like, nope, not a toy. But what was hilarious is when I went into the room and took it to Solution, he was resting because he's recovering from a cough. And so he turns around, and the look on his face was just hilarious. I wish I would have had a picture of it. But it was like, because how does a bunny rabbit just come into your backyard? Like, who put this bunny rabbit here? How did you get here? How'd you get here, Neo? I named him Neo. Follow the white rabbit. I recognized the symbolism. And so immediately I started looking for, more details on the symbolism of a white rabbit. So let me tell you what I have found. This is just amazing. And it was just so, I'm going to give you the meaning. And please know that this white rabbit coming into my life is the white rabbit coming into your life. This is why I had to share the story right now, so that you guys could feel this too, because you listening to this means that today you connected to a white rabbit. So check it out. Let me get my eyeglasses. And he's a little albino white rabbit, and that's rabbits that have albinism, and that's why their eyes are red. Okay, so white rabbit spiritual meaning and symbolism, 8 omens. In Chinese culture, the rabbit is one of the 12 animals of the zodiac and is associated with the element of wood. People born under the sign are said to be intelligent, creative, and hardworking. And this is coming from Symbolism and Metaphor.com. Symbolismandmetaphor.com. The white rabbit can also be a powerful totem animal offering guidance and protection on your spiritual journey. If you have been feeling lost or disconnected from your path, call on the white rabbit to help you find your way home. Ache, ache, ache. Because I've been telling y'all, I'm like, how you got to do something, but you don't really know what it is. And then you feel like you just have to be still until God tells you what to do. And so that's what I did. I'm like, I'm not going to do nothing. When it's time for me to do something, I'm going to know exactly what it is. And trust me, I've been writing and I've been taking care of some things. But it's, just being in that space of having to really decompress and say, I'm going to allow it to be what it is. And I trust in what is happening all the time. I trust my source. I trust the Most High, Allah, Yahweh, God, whatever you want to call that force, all of that. Okay, so another representation, white rabbit spiritual meaning, purity. The white rabbit is a classic symbol of purity, and the white rabbit is often used to represent the embodiment of childlike qualities such as curiosity and wonder. Yeah, like I wonder how'd you get here? Like, he couldn't have hopped over the fence. He can't even, but he could have slid down like in the bottom. I don't know. I mean, he got here like how I guess the cats get here too, but I mean, this is just wild. It's the wildest thing. The white rabbit is also often associated with new beginnings as it symbolizes hope and possibility. For many people, the white rabbit represents all that is good and pure in the world. In a time when so much seems dark and uncertain, the white rabbit can be a reminder that there is still beauty and goodness in the world. And boy, what a reminder it is, because I didn't do I've been all day captivated by this white rabbit because we had to make sure that it was comfortable. We weren't, going to leave it out there. Okay. So for these reasons, the white rabbit is an enduring symbol of hope and purity. Number 2, innocence. In Western cultures, the white rabbit is often seen as a symbol of innocence. This is likely because of the animal's pure white fur and its gentle, timid nature. The white rabbit is often associated with ideas of newness and freshness, as it is seen as a blank slate. This is likely due to the association that white rabbits have with purity, childhood, and nature. As such, it is not surprising that the white rabbit has come to symbolize innocence in our culture. Number 3, new beginnings. According to many folk tales and legends, white rabbits are a symbol of new beginnings. This is likely because the rabbit is associated with rebirth and new life. In many cultures, the rabbit is seen as a symbol of springtime and new beginnings. For many people, the white rabbit represents hope and possibility. In a time when so much seems dark and uncertain, the white rabbit can be a reminder that there is still beauty and goodness in the world. For this reason, the white rabbit is an enduring symbol of new beginnings. Number 4, fresh start. The white rabbit is a popular cultural symbol of a fresh start. There are many interpretations of why this is, but one explanation is that the color white represents purity and new beginnings. In addition, white rabbits are often associated with fertility and growth, making them the perfect symbol for starting anew. For many people, the white rabbit embodies the hope and promise of a clean slate. No matter what your past may hold, the future is always waiting to be written. Like the white rabbit, a fresh start is something to be cherished and nurtured. Symbolically, it represents the chance to put down old baggage and embark on a new journey. Y'all do not know how much that resonates with me right now, as I have boxes packed because I've been ready to go for a minute. But where I'm going, I still don't know. But I know that when I do know, I'm a go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gracias, gracias. The white rabbit has long been associated with hope, primarily due to its pure white color. White is often seen as a symbol of purity, innocence, and new beginnings, making it the perfect representation of hope. The rabbit also has a long history of being associated with luck and good fortune. In many cultures, the rabbit is seen as a bringer of good news, making it the perfect emblem of hope. Additionally, the rabbit is known for its speed and agility, 2 qualities that are often associated with hope. Whether you're looking for a new job or waiting for a loved one to return home, the white rabbit is sure to bring you a little bit of hope. Now, this one really I connect with so much because those of you that are invested, we've talked about our investments and gold and silver and the foreign currencies and all of these different things and crystals. And so we know what is happening in the world. We want to give a major shout out and a major blessing to the people in Iraq, because their time is now and is happening, and we're so happy for them, and we're happy for, what this is going to do for all of us who had faith in Iraq and invested in that country to be able to get what they deserve, what belongs to them, for them to get back what is theirs. So Ache and gracias and thank you, and I'm so grateful for that. So yes, having, running into this bunny rabbit today, it is a miracle, and it is something that I'm still baffled by it in this moment, that how did this bunny get here? Like, who finds a bunny? Just, well, I mean, I know that a lot of people find a bunny, but like, cats have been coming, and it's already been 4 cats this year, and they come and they go. And so the cats left, right? And I'll show you pictures of them too. So it's 2 cats, Loki and Freya. And so they came, and it turned out that they had owners. And so the owners, I think that what happened is that the owners now let them, kept them. They were still feral cats, but somebody decided to adopt them, and so the owners turned them into house cats, and so I believe that that's why they've been gone. But okay, so they've been gone. It's been a week. It's been maybe a little bit over a week, and then next thing you know, here we go today. Here, no, wait, before today, let me tell you this. Before today, there was a black cat that came into the yard. He didn't come all the way inside and didn't stay, but he came twice, and I was able to take a picture of him too, and I named him T'Challa. Absolutely. And so with Little Black Panther, I haven't seen him again. And so then after that, that was this last week. And so this week, on this Monday, here we have Neo, aka Jesus, aka Snowball. I mean, oh, are you cold? Oh no, he's sleeping. Okay. Um, so oh my goodness. So it's like, so I'm feeling it, and I'm getting this whole bringer of good news. Like I got it. I get it. So I'm gonna put this little jacket above him because it looks, I don't know if he's getting cold. I don't know what the temperature should be, but I want to make sure that he's nice and warm. All right. Okay. So, number 6, luck. The white rabbit is often seen as a symbol of luck, primarily due to its association with good fortune. In many cultures, the rabbit is seen as a bringer of good news, making it the perfect emblem of luck. Additionally, the rabbit is known for its speed and agility, 2 qualities that are often associated with luck. I have been getting the message, you guys, that it's going to happen like in a blink of an eye. Everything is going to change very fast. This is what I've been getting, and this I know. Okay, I'm going to go back to reading it. Whether you're looking for a new job or waiting for a loved one to return home, the white rabbit is sure to bring you a little bit of luck. 7, serendipity. The white rabbit is often seen as a symbol of serendipity or good luck in finding something valuable or desirable. This is likely because the rabbit is associated with luck and good fortune. In many cultures, the rabbit is seen as a bringer of good news, making it the perfect emblem for serendipity. Additionally, the rabbit is known for its speed and agility, 2 qualities that are often associated with serendipity. Yeah, because I sure wasn't going to catch him. That hippity hop hopping everywhere, I was not going to catch that rabbit. Whether looking for a new job or waiting for a loved one to return home, the white rabbit is sure to bring you a little bit of serendipity. Number 8, cambio, change. The white rabbit is often seen as a symbol of change, primarily due to its association with new beginnings. In many cultures, the white rabbit is seen as a symbol of springtime and new beginnings. For many people, the white rabbit represents hope and possibility. In a time when so much seems dark and uncertain, the white rabbit can be a reminder that there is still beauty and goodness in the world when change is expected. Accepted. When change is accepted, not expected. When change is accepted, which is what we have to accept this change that's happening because it's happening. For this reason, the white rabbit is an enduring symbol of change. White rabbit dream. Well, I'm not going to go into the dream meanings because this happened in real life. Like the little Neo Jesus rabbit is sitting right here, and it's just the most amazing thing that I have experienced. Well, I mean, I've experienced a lot of really cool and amazing things, but this is top notch up there, and I've been wanting to just sit and pray, and I'm gonna do that after I finish recording this and sharing this with you guys. I'm just gonna sit and just kind of give thanks and I mean, I've been giving thanks all day, but this is like, it just keeps getting better and better. I've been doing my research, learning about the rabbits and how to care for him and everything, for him or her. And so we went and got him a little house, a little cage, and got him food. He eats 80% hay and 20% vegetables and carrots and stuff, because he ate a whole carrot and a whole celery stick, and now he got hay and some what is this? Just in case, because I know one of y'all gonna find a rabbit, so I'm just telling y'all, pet rabbit food. I got this from Menu, and it has Timothy hay is what he's eating, but it has vitamins A, D, and E, and probiotics, so it's good for him or her. I'm so excited about this, and I feel like, yep, this little rabbit is supposed to come with me to my new home, to the healing center, to the Master Vibration 13 Healing Center and the Infinionaire Ministries Church. Ache, ache. So what I wanted to do with you guys here too, because it's been calling me, and I haven't done this in a while. I did it for myself last week, but I have not been as consistent with my metaphysical interpretation of the Bible. I have a lot of things to take me out of my routines, and that's part of the change, and I recognize that that's something that had to happen. But yeah, so I want to open this for you guys. I want you to know that you have been in my thoughts. This is we are making it happen, and great things are happening for all of us. So all you have to focus on is your work on yourself, and keeping your vibration as high as possible, so that we can get to the next step. A little Neo is so curious. He's just all over that little cage. Okay, so I'm going to open up a page of a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, and let's just see what the message is today. We're just going to take it for whatever it is. It's always something good. Ache. Here we go. Opening up to page 659. Let us go further in the subject of eagles. In Revelations 8:13, in the Eastern world, it represents strength and the ability to use such strength to rise above circumstances in which we find ourselves. In the Native American traditions, it is the power to see for great distances with very little effort. For this proud bird to see, it must rise high into the air, where it can see the land with an unobstructed view. That is the substance of the message. As the eagle, we must defy the pull of our emotions and climb to the higher realm in order to survey the situation into which we are tangled. The woes expressed in this segment are for those who realize that they have done to themselves and to our what they have done to themselves and to our world. Once it reaches their awareness, it is only a matter of releasing these thoughts and replacing them with a higher purpose. The Master had them in mind when he said, "Blessed are those who mourn," in the Sermon of the Mount. When it comes time for us to walk away from the lifestyle in which we have grown accustomed, we too will mourn. I'm getting chills right now, y'all. It will be especially difficult for those who are like the rich man who could not release his possessions for a higher purpose. Woe indeed. I'm going to keep going. That was that paragraph. While we are on the subject of the Sermon of the Mount, let us study the fourth beatitude that coincides with our heart energy center, Matthew 5, verse 6. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, truth, for they shall be satisfied. As we have learned in the Gospel of Matthew, the word in the ancient language means either righteousness or truth. Truth is what the Master undoubtedly emphasized in each of his sermons, for he only spoke truth and he lived it implicitly. Philosophically, How can anyone be righteous if he does not represent or apply the power of divine truth? If we do not seek it, we most assuredly will become lost on the path of life. When we set our goals in the direction of spirituality, can it ever be achieved without it? It is indeed a most important attribute available to all of us. It is there to be found, to be lived to its fullest. It becomes even more vital when it reaches our heart center, for along with unconditional love of God's creation, including ourselves, it becomes the pillars that support our temple of life. The truth incites in us the profound notion that we are in fact the most sacred ground in our world, and yet we defile it mercilessly. This is due to the overwhelming influence of our sense system, in which the Jezebel syndrome has a free reign. Thus, in our modern era, we forsake the truth of our emotions for the carnal gratification offered by our senses. Again, we must remember that there is nothing incorrect about pleasure or wealth until it becomes the controlling factor of our lives. From then on, we live in error, and the axe wields the human. To avoid this unhealthy lifestyle, whether physically or spiritually, we must avoid the Jezebel effect and the 7 wraths of the heart. In doing so, the ego will soar above carnal temptations and enjoy the pure air of truth. It is the path that will lead us inwardly toward our hearts, where we can rightfully claim the kingdom mentioned so often by the Master. In Eastern philosophy, the wise teachers then and now use a term called a state of bliss. And that is what we will find when we accept the keys to our own kingdom. We will live in exhilarating true joy. Life will be simple and easy, filled with love, humility, and gratitude. And that is the idea of a state of bliss. As we begin the process of expanding within the truth of our hearts, the higher intuitive sense will awaken. This will allow us to chase away the ghost of the judgments that we perpetually place upon each other and live in general. Our spirit will join the eagle to greater heights, and our intuitive capability will expand its horizon. As the truth in all matters permeates our very being, we will no longer live in the darkness of the lower centers, a choice we have maintained for millennia. We will begin to feel the higher vibrations of life that resonate only the blessings of unconditional love, and the latter may reside in our hearts only when the judging mind has been silenced. That is the 1/3 we will lose when the trumpet sounds. Considering that our habit of judging needs to be eliminated, we really lose nothing, but instead we will gain the bliss of the divine living human at peace. We will be able to identify the struggles we have placed upon ourselves in the lower centers and remove them to complete the purification process. Like the eagle, we will soar to the higher truth of our hearts and inherit the clear, sharp vision of spirituality. What is quite puzzling is the fact that all that has been in place since the creation of humankind. I'm going to say that again. What is quite puzzling is the fact that all this has been in place since the creation of humankind, yet we have never lived it to any great extent in our world until now. That's what I say. It has been limited to only the true masters, yet we could also, if we so choose. And this is that time for us to choose that, for us to be that infinite beings, infinionaires. That is what we are. And in this time, we get to realize it, materialize it. Ache. Thank you all so much for being here, for being here at this time. Look, this bunny is just so cute. I can't wait to share these pictures with you guys and to share this this podcast with you. This is I have no more words. And then let me thank Stephen L. Harefield for writing a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, because I'm telling you, Stephen, when you speak, I feel like it's me speaking, which reminds me that it is God speaking through us that shares this truth with humanity. So, Ache, thank you. Amen. Amen. It is a magnificent place to be in. I want to say Ache and thank you to Sensei Ray for the 72 names of God. Okay, so y'all, I've been telling y'all about the 72 names of God. And then when we checked out this thing, because y'all know what's happening with Ache to Kanye West, and love to him and to Kyrie and to everybody that is supporting this movement of righteousness and truth, for the truth to be told, to be heard, to be seen. So, Hebrews to Negroes is the video that we watched that, Kyrie got in trouble about, and, they've been calling, what is it that they call it? Jewish, when you, anti-Semitism. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. But anyhow, all of that has just been really powerful for the time that we're in right now, which is seeing and recognizing the truth of who we are. And so getting this information, opening to this page that I opened up today, it's not highlighted. This is the first time that I read this on page 659 of this book, and I'm wild, because let me tell you what happened when I first started reading it. I'm like, I know if this has something to do with a bunny, I'm just gonna lose my mind right here, because you're in the symbolism mode, so you're looking for things. And so when I started reading and I saw the eagle, let us go further to the subject of the eagles. My first thing was like, well, the eagle ain't no bunny. Let's just see what it says, right? And so as I read through it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what is needed at this time, and it needed to be said now and forever, because this is going to go on and on and on. And everyone that hears it and listens to it is going to connect to it, and it's going to assist them in their awakening, their awareness of who they are. If you are listening to this in any other space and you are not at mastervibration13.com, go ahead and come to mastervibration13.com, because we are unleashing infinionaires at mastervibration13.com. So go on and come and celebrate with us this time that is happening. Everything that is happening in the world, it is magnificent and fantastic, but you have to be in alignment so that you could see the magnificence that's being offered through the chaos. Yes, the chaos has to happen. It has to exist. It's part of it. The purge is all part of it. But where are you? Where are you? Because you don't have to be in all of that out there. You don't have to be. You have to make the choice to think big, to think bigger, to be bigger, to remember and recognize who you are. And you can get started with that with mastervibration13.com. That's where you start. If you haven't already, that's where you get your feet wet. And I'm talking to both people. I'm talking to my Master Vibration 13 study, private study of yourself group, but I'm also talking to those people that, get out and they get the podcast. They're able to get it however you're listening to it. It's destined. It's supposed to be, just like little Neo Jesus is supposed to be right here. And I'm being asked to say a correction because, okay, so there was no J back in the day, way back when they were talking about Jesus coming, right? So the name is Yeshua. And so this is, I'm just being kind of nudged to make this reminder right now, because it's not anything that I've like super studied or practiced, but I'm aware. I know enough, and I know that, God comes in so many different names. And of course, God is Yahweh. And then Yeshua is what would be known as Jesus, but comes in a lot of different names in a lot of different cultures. We are in the time to recognize that we must be our own religion, the study and practice of ourselves, because God, Yahweh, Dios, Allah, the Most High, the All, resides inside of us. And we are the ones who have to find that. And so in finding that, we find everything. And so it is important to recognize yourself and your being as the church. It is important to recognize yourself as a minister of your life. And it is important to recognize that you can lawfully stand behind that and take yourself away from a tyrannical system that has been created to control people. There are hundreds and thousands and millions of people that are dying today and right now and right now and right now and right now over the jabs, over the poisons that were injected into people. Some people were just completely fooled by it, completely programmed and fooled. We judge nobody, like we get it. However, you can, if you see it for what it is and you ready to go the right way for yourself, find God in you. And when you find God in you, I'm sure God is going to tell you, go to mastervibration13.com so that you can get some self-healing going, so that you can be in that constant connection with the Most High. And you do not need mastervibration13.com to do it, but it will certainly help. I will tell you this right now, that you can do it all, I was going to say on your own, through Yahweh, through Dios, through God. You can do all things. So when you find that, you will find everything. And that is what is happening now in the world. What is happening with the revelation of information, this apocalypse, right? This is happening for our greater good. Your solitude and your being by yourself and you having to self-reflect is happening for a reason. You know, don't get mad at the C-19 and all of these other things and all of the ridiculous things that they've done to control people. They've been doing it forever. You know, this was just another part of it. But it's been worse. It's been worse than what they're doing now. Now we're just seeing it, you know, completely, fully in effect. So if you get it and you understand what's going on and you're ready to move in another direction, follow that movement. Whatever that movement is, you got to follow your instinct. Because if you believe in the Most High, in Yahweh, God, Allah, Dios, el universo, then you're never going to be stuck. You're never going to, you won't, you know, I was going to say that you won't fall. I mean, you know, you're always, God is your net. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you have that, you never, if you fall, you'll be able to get back up, unless you fall and you die and you transform into your next evolution, to your next incarnation. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you got to trust yourself, and people have to trust themselves. And this is what it's all about. And when you are in connection with the Most High, you are able to trust yourself with ease. And it makes it easier to have faith and trust. Whew, thank you all so much. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. It's Music Monday, Miracle Monday. The only song, what other miracle song do I know? Yes, it's going to take a miracle to make me love someone new. No, that's this miracle. I don't know. I just need to sing another song. What song do I sing? I don't even know. I'm just so excited for what's coming, for what is here now, and for the ability to be able to receive it. And I wish that for all of you too, to receive all of the goodness that is coming to you, because it is. You know, it's like nobody is a jacked up person. Everybody in this, and I'm saying that, I say that lightly, but when I say that nobody's a jacked up person, I'm saying that nobody, if you have breath, if you have life in you, you are able to make a change in your life, and it's never too late, not for anybody. So it doesn't matter what you've done in the past or who you think you are or you were. What matters is right now, and making the choice to do good right now. And you do good by taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself and take your time with the Most High. Go to God, go to the ocean, go to the river, go to the dirt, go to the grass, go to a tree, go to a flower, go to a plant, go to the sun, go to the moon, go to the stars. God is everywhere. Where we are, God is. I just smoke a docious. So this is just a magical and wonderful thing, and I'm just very excited about life. I will be having a meeting with iSyndicate this weekend. So iSyndicate, look for that in your mailbox. I will be having a meeting. Thank you all so much for tuning into this. You are so welcome to share this far and wide to everyone who you feel will benefit from knowing what time it is right now. Because this is that time. This is our time. It is our time to rise like eagles. And we got to make this happen. Make your life what you want it to be, because you can do that. You're an infinionaire. An infinionaire lives on purpose. An infinionaire attracts wealth infinitely because they live in their passion. I think my computer's telling me to go. So before it shuts me out, let me say adios. Thank you all so much. You know I got to end it with our song. Hasta la próxima. Achoo, achoo, achoo. 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 13, achoo, achoo, achoo. 13. When I feel the sound of music vibrating in me, I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must sing. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being. I have the power to change the direction in me through sound. I have the power to change the direction in me through my mind. I am creation. I am animation. I am the brightest vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am zip, pepper, sass, punch, bounce, moxie, mojo, whatever you call it. I am. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13, Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13, Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. 13, Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13, Ajay. H, 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 13.